What if the hardest part of healing isn't the chaos, but learning who you are without it? Welcome back to What the F Midlife, the place where we talk about the shifts no one prepared us for, but almost all of us eventually face. Today's conversation feels like one a lot of women are quietly moving through right now. What happens when your body no longer wants to live in constant pressure? Not because you're lazy, not because you've given up, but because your nervous system is finally starting to realize it doesn't have to survive every moment of the day. Somewhere along the way, many of us started confusing urgency with identity. Holding it all together became who we were. Anticipating everyone's needs became normal. Productivity became proof that we were doing life right. And then one day, the body starts asking for something different. More quiet, more space. Less proving, less pressure. And honestly, that shift can feel really uncomfortable at first. So today we're talking about who you are when survival mode stops driving your life, and why calm can feel more unfamiliar than the chaos. Our shift starts now. I wanted to do this episode because I think we're both at this moment in our lives going through particular shifts. And what I'm realizing is that there is this survival identity that a lot of women our age and in our generation suffer from.
I agree.
So let me ask you this. What do you think responsibility means to our generation?
As women, as mothers, as wives, it's like you said, it's this constant need to be performing, to be busy. Busy means that you're succeeding, because if you're doing something, you're working towards something, right? If you're not doing anything, you're not working towards anything. But that's not true. That's not true. That's just what we were taught. That's what
and
we
is that
saw.
Something that you're just starting to figure out now?
Yes. And I don't even think I really figured it out until just before we started filming. We were talking about that, and I said, I feel that way. So this is the perfect discussion to have, because I feel that way, that if I'm not doing something, then I'm just wasting time.
Wasting time.
Yeah.
And so you've been sick.
I've been sick for almost 2 weeks now. And I was mentioning to you that yesterday, the plans that I had in the morning got canceled, and I didn't have my grandson. And I thought, I'm just going to lay in bed today and just get better.
Yeah.
And I laid there, I want to say maybe 2 hours, and I just couldn't do it. I got up and I thought, I'm doing nothing here. And it feels uncomfortable. It feels unproductive. I feel guilty. Mm-hmm. Excuse me. And yeah, I swept the whole house, did the laundry, rearranged the baby's, the room that we're setting up for him. I couldn't sit still, and I still don't feel better.
That's what I was going to say. You did, and today,
yeah,
not so much better.
It's that feeling of I should be doing something.
How much of your identity feels like it was built around the pressure of doing?
I would say all of it. I can go back to being a teenager. This is my earliest memory of this feeling. Being a teenager, it's summertime. I'm off for the summer, and my mom would get home from work somewhere around 3. Sorry. And I'm just laying around being a teenager, doing nothing, watching TV.
Summer.
Yeah. And she would tell me, get up and do something. What is wrong with you? You're wasting your life away. And I was just like, okay. And I couldn't even tell you what I got up to do.
Right. But it was something.
But I remember that. It was that every time she got home, I'd make myself busy, or she wouldn't say that to me. So for me, I was totally conditioned.
I think a lot of us were, because our parents' generation was much harder. Like, as you know, Marv and I both come from single parent households. Yeah. And My mom really never sat down.
Mm-hmm.
She worked full time. She came home. She made us a hot dinner every night. That lady would stay up until 2 o'clock in the morning cleaning, or maybe even just her quiet time. And then she'd get up and be at work at 8 o'clock the next morning. That was my childhood.
Yeah. Sounds like mine too.
And so I don't know if I was conditioned. I actually think it's a little bit built in my personality, like we were talking about earlier, where I'm kind of a doer.
Yeah.
I just have to make sure that I stop and check myself of where is this doing coming from? Is it coming from because I think I should be doing something? I have to get something done in order for my life not to fall apart the next day.
Yeah.
Or is it because I want to do something? So that's been the biggest distinction for me in checking myself of, why am I really doing this? Does it have purpose?
I think for you, it is your personality.
A little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, I like to make stuff pretty. I like to be doing things, but going back to like the purpose of it. Is it because I feel like I want to do that right now and it's going to bring me joy, even if it's a hard task, but afterwards I'm just going to love it? Or is it just because I'm filling time? And so that's been the biggest thing this year that I think I've been looking at. My youngest is in his second year of college. And so I have much more space and much more room in my head. And, as the kids get more independent, he just came home for summer, but I feel like I'm not tracking him. Yeah. I'm not, hey, do you want something to eat? Oh, make sure you do this or that. It's his summer too. He'll figure it out. Yeah. And that's been a big shift for me because I feel like I'm supposed to be managing. Part of my job is the manager.
Yeah, you're not managing him anymore.
I mean, it's nice. Yeah. But it's kind of hard to don't say anything.
Switch that off, right? Because he's still your son, your baby.
He's still the youngest,
but he's a grown man now.
Yeah, they got to grow up. It's nice to watch him. If I don't preempt what are you going to do today? What's on your list? Like our parents did to us. It's nice to see that he gets to it. And I also want to instill a little bit of confidence through independence. Like he knows what he needs to get done. And if he doesn't get something done or something off the list, then he'll suffer whatever those natural consequences are.
Right.
What am I going to do?
Right. Nothing. But somehow we think we can do something.
I know.
Right?
I know.
To keep them from suffering any kind of consequences.
Well, and do you feel like it's partly because we're so uncomfortable not being in that role?
For sure. Because if we're not in that role, what are we doing?
Yeah, who are we?
Right.
What's our purpose?
Exactly.
And that's the conversation that we really need to shift. I don't even think that women, you and I especially, but women even know what true rest feels like. The other day is the real example of giving yourself permission to just do nothing. Yeah. And do nothing can be like, I'm watching TV, I'm reading, even if I'm putting, but I'm not doing for the sake of doing.
And that's hard for us. It's hard to sit and watch TV for 2 hours. And I sometimes think, well, what if Ruben gets home and I'm just watching TV?
What is he going to think?
Yeah. And he never says anything.
No, it's me.
Oh, I'm doing this to myself, you know? He's just like, what are you watching?
Or like our mom's generation, before they even walked out of their bedroom, they were like totally done.
Yeah.
Right? Face, clothes, everything, their jewelry. They always looked very put together. Yeah. And so if I have nothing to do, I'm working at home all day. I'll still get dressed. Now I do it because it makes me feel better.
Yeah.
But, it's rare that I would actually like stay in my pajamas all day and just my hair up and nothing.
Right.
But I don't think that that's for other people anymore. I think that that's just because I feel good about myself.
Yeah.
So that narrative has changed a little bit for me.
For me, it's a little bit of both. Yeah. I do it for myself, and I don't want Ruben to come home and find me the way he left me. That would be awful. So I think, no, I do feel better once I'm, have my lipstick on and my hair's a little fluffed. But
sure.
Yeah.
Oh, and I have this story. It must have been a patient story where the woman was an at-home homemaker. And I think her kids were already gone because the gentleman was probably in his late 50s, early 60s. And I think she was the one who was telling me the story because he wouldn't know. She basically did nothing all day. And at like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, she'd get up, she'd put herself together, she'd pick up the house. So like for an hour and a half, just so that when he came home,
it looked like she had been busy all day.
Yes.
Okay.
But she actually got really good at doing nothing. And I thought, oh my goodness.
I would love to learn that secret.
Oh, I'll never forget that story.
Get good at that. Well, good for her. You know what? Good for her. If your kids are gone,
you already earned it.
I'm still trying to feel like I've earned it. Like I don't have to perform.
Well,
You know?
remember, we were praised
Mhm.
and still are in some senses. We're praised for holding everything together.
Yeah.
People will marvel at my ability to do the business, do the
I
kids,
do. I
do the
marvel
house,
at
do the,
that.
and you know, I hate this, but everybody always tells me, you are so strong. And I'm like, I don't want to be strong anymore. But at some point earlier in my life, that
Yeah.
was like a thing.
Yeah, you liked hearing that.
Well, and I think a lot of my worth identity from a very young age was needing to be needed, was where my worth lay.
Yeah.
Oh, so and so needs me to do this.
Yeah.
Tick it off. And oh, so and so. So it just, I fell into this pattern of really anticipating everything. And part of it is because I was so busy, borderline overwhelmed, that like I couldn't really drop a ball because it would really F up the rest of my day, week, month. And so I was always scanning.
Yeah.
What can I do now so it doesn't fall apart tomorrow?
Right.
And I adapted that kind of as the way I lived my life for most of my life.
Yeah.
And it's just been really now, like I said, the kids are moving off onto their own directions and the house is just me and the dogs.
Mm-hmm.
It allows me to take that moment back and say, I don't want to be needed anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And that was really a journey from, I guess, about 5 years now since I got a divorce. I absolutely do not want to be needed for anything other than just love.
Gosh, you're really triggering some stuff in me right now because I'm thinking, yeah, my kids had moved out, but as you know, I got 1.5 back.
Mm-hmm.
So my son just moved back in and our grandson is going to be living with us part-time.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm having a really hard time not, I want to help him and be there because I know he needs me, but I have to figure out how I'm not going to just start over that pattern of I have to take over. I have to be
available all the time
for him, for the baby. That's going to be really challenging for me.
I think it's actually good for you because you've had the years of doing not what you wanted to do, but doing your own life.
Yeah.
And although he's always been part of it,
Mm-hmm.
living in the house is different, but
Yeah.
you do have to be able to separate.
I know. I have to work on that.
You can help when you feel capable or you have time.
Yeah.
But you can't constantly make the time.
Yeah, that's where I'm going to struggle. Yeah.
I think it's going to be good for you.
I hope so. Because I'm ready to just say, I'll take care of everything.
No, but you'll learn.
Yeah.
I think you've learned boundaries. This is a good way to practice boundaries. And so it's right up in your face.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I've stopped emotionally scanning everyone to make sure everyone else is okay.
Okay.
Right? That's a big thing. Like,
I definitely stopped that too.
So it's more like you've got to handle your own.
Right.
If you want to talk about it, great.
If you need me, I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm not going to keep asking, are you okay? Is everything okay? If they know I'm here. If something's wrong, they'll come to me.
See, that's already a shift.
Yeah.
Because I would say a couple of years ago, you were constantly worried about, we're always worried about our kids.
Yeah.
Something's going on.
Yes.
Something's this, and it would like physically be inside of you.
Yeah.
And I feel like you've really learned to separate.
I have. Yeah.
Because let's face it, we got our own stuff we need to look at.
Yeah.
And
like you said, I had some time to myself. They both moved out and I had time with my husband, which was really nice because we had kids immediately and, you know, we've traveled. It's been nice.
It's been nice.
Yeah.
I think it's like a shift into a lower gear. Like I have slower mornings now, which is because there's nobody I need to like get ready, get out of the house, manage.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've even noticed that my treating schedule has gone a little bit later because I like to I don't want to be up and like jump out of bed and what's the next thing I have to do.
Mm-hmm.
And so rolling that back for me has really helped to regulate my nervous system.
That's good.
Because I start the day from a much more peaceful.
Yeah.
I take an hour in the morning. I'll sit out in the backyard, feed the dogs, but I'm not running
You're
from
not
the time
on
I get up.
the minute you're awake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's been different for me.
That's good.
I crave it now. I get kind of like, oh, I have to get up and get going before whatever time.
Right.
I'll do it because whatever the schedule is, but I crave starting slower so that my day ends up feeling more balanced.
Yeah. It's a nice feeling.
Or like I'll take a longer lunch just to have that break.
Yeah.
Whereas before I would just pack people in, maybe take 15, 20 minutes. But now it's like, oh, no. I need to slow down and catch my breath.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's because I'm getting older or I'm getting wiser.
I think it's both.
you know?
Because I feel that too. I mean, I'm an early bird, so I get up at the same time every morning, but I have my coffee. That's the first thing I do. I have my coffee. That's how I wake up. I enjoy that moment, that part of the morning
Yeah.
to get me going. And I notice that I miss that if, let's say, I have to get up very early to go on site, so, somewhere. And I'm thinking, oh, tomorrow I have to get up early. I'm gonna be on the road at like 7 o'clock in the morning, which is like I'm having coffee usually at 7 o'clock in the morning, looking at the view, letting the dogs out.
Exactly, that's what I do now.
Yes,
but
so
it's,
totally
it's like
get
ramping up of that nervous system when you found something that actually regulates.
Yes, that you look forward to. I look forward to my coffee in the morning. Mm-hmm. I go to sleep thinking, I can't wait for my coffee tomorrow.
I wish I drank coffee. Do you feel like over-functioning became normal for you?
Yes.
Still normal for you?
It's still normal for me. That's why I commented that I couldn't even, lay in bed yesterday knowing that I don't feel well, that I haven't fully recovered from this flu. I just couldn't do it. I just laid there and I was trying to watch something. I don't even remember what it was because I wasn't paying attention because I kept thinking I should be doing the laundry for the baby.
Yeah.
Because he'll probably be here tomorrow or something.
Right. And I won't have time to do it tomorrow.
Yeah. Or if I need his stuff, it's dirty. Or I just couldn't sit there and relax and let myself feel better, heal. Yeah. Couldn't do it. So I know that over functioning, you said, I'm just conditioned already. There's just...
How do you decondition yourself?
I don't know. I'm still working on that.
Do you think that's an awareness thing? We have to realize in the moment that you're doing that and just be like, no.
Talking to you right
Self-talk?
now, yes.
Parenting?
Yes.
Self-parenting?
Talking to you about this right now and earlier, yes, I realized I'm doing that. Yeah, like I guess.
It's just catching. I mean, the first thing with awareness is like the realization that you're actually doing it.
Yes.
And then it's keeping it in mind, like you won't change it at first, but you'll be aware you're doing it while you're doing it.
Yeah.
And then eventually you'll stop halfway and go, no, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, nobody's telling me to get up and do something. I'm doing this myself. Sit down, lay down.
Eventually you'll catch yourself.
Yeah.
Eventually you'll catch yourself and be like, no, I'm not going down that road.
Yeah.
But that's typically how change happens. That I notice with patterns. It's either something's brought into your awareness or you start realizing, I always do this. And then you keep doing it, but you're aware you're doing it.
And then you say, so at what point you say, I'm doing it again.
Yes.
And then that's when you
start catching yourself earlier and earlier until you've not corrected the pattern, but you can catch it before you start doing it and switch your direction.
Yeah.
And so there's hope for all of us.
There is. And
that's why we're doing the episode, is to kind of maybe bring that awareness to the other women out there that, do you realize we're doing this?
Yeah.
And
no,
we probably don't have to anymore. We probably never had to in the first place, but it's just, it's how we're wired, conditioned, society. We all like praise.
Yeah.
So, oh, your house is clean, or, oh, you can cook, or, oh, you're always so put together. We thrive on that.
Yeah, we do.
And so we do more of it.
Yeah, I admit it. I like people telling me, oh, your house is so clean, or do you work out? You look like you work out. Right. Because
yes, I do. I think we have to differentiate between validation of something we already like to do for ourselves and seeking approval.
Yeah, I definitely already like to do that. I
don't think you're seeking approval.
But it's nice when somebody recognizes it.
Yes, and that's like the validation of, oh, okay, but not
I don't
clean
do it for
so
that
people
reason.
tell me that my house is clean. Or
no, absolutely not. And maybe 15 years ago, I did it so that, when people would come over, they'd say, wow, your house is so nice. It's so clean. It's so whatever. Right. Now I'm not doing it for that reason.
No, it's because I like my house clean. So this is going to be hard for us, but when the body actually starts to let go, what happens?
I'll tell you later. I'm not sure. I mean, okay, like I said, the closest that I've come to thinking that my body may have let go for a minute was when we were on vacation, and I had a lot of guilt and anxiety before we left. Remember, I kept telling you, I don't know why I'm so nervous and worried. And it was the longest vacation we've ever taken, 3 weeks. And leading up to it, I was so stressed out. I was worried about everything, nothing, just anything. And I want to say in the last week of our vacation, I stopped thinking about the house, the dogs, my grandson, my kids. And when I got home and the dogs came up to me, I thought, oh yeah, the dogs. And I felt bad. And I thought, oh my God, I forgot about the dogs for a minute. Like I actually was having such a good time. I stopped thinking about home and everything that I was so worried about before I left. That was fine when I got back. Right. So I guess if I can get to that place a little bit more where I'm not always worried about everything that I'm supposed to be doing, because clearly everything is going to be just fine if I don't do it.
Well, not just prove to you like, oh, I can take a break. My life is still waiting for me. People were taking care of the house and the dogs.
Nothing imploded because I didn't do the one thing that day, or all the things that I think I have to do every day, you know?
Or life is going to fall apart.
Right. So that's the closest I've come to what happens. Yeah, you actually have some peace and some fun, and you're enjoying the moment of
you're
where,
in the
where
present.
You are. Yeah.
Right? Instead of future.
So maybe that's it. When it finally happens, we'll actually be in the moment of our lives every day. Yes. That would be fantastic.
Well, and I think I'm more there. I spin out a little bit where if I get overwhelmed just because I do a lot. What is this for? What am I doing this for? Did I just make myself more busy because I'm used to being busy?
Yeah.
Like I had that probably about a month ago, not even a month ago, with the podcast, and I had a workshop that was backed up to it, and I was like, what did I do to myself?
Yeah.
And I had to talk myself down off of just like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
Right? And I had to sit there and say, okay, Chrissy, why did you start it?
Yeah.
What was there a purpose?
Right.
And there was.
Yeah.
With all of it. And as I was like, oh, okay, and I was able to sort of regulate myself of my busyness, I was okay. Something shifted. And I was like, okay,
do have a purpose. Yeah.
Let's get going again. Or it stopped seeming hard.
Right.
And it stopped being, this is a big thing for me. It has to be, I can't do things anymore because I feel like I have to, or that I should. I've gotten past that where I'm only going to do something if I want to. Okay. And I have my own internal purpose for it, whether it's growth or helping people, that part doesn't matter. But I've really rolled it back to like, I'm not doing anything that I should do.
Right. I'm still working on that. I'm so glad you're there.
And I don't want to be
you gotta
doing
pull
things
me
I
into
feel
that.
like I have to do.
Yeah.
Because then it comes from a place of, I'm not even doing it in pure love. I'm a little grouchy. It doesn't feel good.
Yeah.
And so I've been able to roll that back, but there's still that practicing because it's still, I don't know if it ever ends. It comes up to where like, well, wait a minute.
Right.
And so for me, it's more like little blips now.
Yeah.
Where then I can calm myself and the day goes on, the week goes on, things still get done. But there's stuff that I punt all the time now. Like, I don't feel like doing laundry.
Yeah.
It's me. Yeah. It's my own.
Yeah.
Right?
Nobody's going to complain.
No, if the yard's a little overgrown because I haven't gotten out there, it bothers me.
Right.
Nobody notices.
Right.
But the biggest change for me as far as my body starting to let go, because I really feel like it has in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
I've just been like where you're at now, like working through and trying to be aware of, what does that mean? And I think just recently within the last couple of weeks, the biggest thing that let go for me was I'm not scanning anymore. And I don't mean scanning for something to do. I don't have this constant hum of fear.
Okay.
And that was huge. And I couldn't identify that that's what it was, but it's like this it's a hum that you always have inside your head. And that's the driving for you should be doing something. And I think it's because I'm always afraid. It's a weird safety thing for me.
Right.
Because I don't really know what that feels like, or I didn't. And I just thought that was normal.
Okay.
But then something happened where there was this shift where the hum went away. And I actually felt it from one instant to another. And I was like, what is that? It's a nothing. There was nothing.
Yeah.
And it was like, I think my nervous system downregulated to probably very close to, I would hope, like a baseline of a true stillness where there's absolutely nothing on in the background.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the coolest. I've never felt it at that before.
Yeah.
Because
I totally get what you're saying, because my humming is still in the back.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many of you have that humming, and it's hard to describe because it's always there. So you think it's normal. And sometimes the buzz gets louder, but it never totally turns off. And mine actually turned off 2 weeks ago and it hasn't come back. So there was like a huge shift.
Yeah.
And I think something shifted to where I'm not always like seeking awareness, trying to understand why I'm the way I am, or not what happened, but where am I going? What do I need to be doing?
And that's the hum we're talking about. What do I need to be doing?
Yeah.
I'm not doing enough.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be sitting around doing nothing.
Well, and for me, it's even in the sake of looking at how I want to heal so that I can be free, so to speak, and not have things that happen to me or people that were in my life affect me in my present.
Right.
And so, you know me, I'm a big like, get into it. Let me figure it out. That's the part that left.
That's awesome.
I'm not so worried about getting to the next level because somehow, again, like I'll be safe there.
Yeah.
Or I'll feel free there. I actually feel free here now. And that's been the biggest shift for me in letting go. And so I don't know. Do you guys know if any of you have like a word for that humming? I think it's a constant fight or flight that we are so used to. It's the buzz. We don't pay any attention to it. But if you actually really look at it,
there's something there. There's just this feeling of, like I said, for me, it's I should be doing something.
And I think that's what it is for most women. We all say we want to receive, but I've actually dropped into a place where I can receive. So it's not that I never wanted it, but I actually feel like I can receive because I've stopped putting so much out. Like there's that balance. If you're always putting stuff out, there's no room to actually receive anything back, whether it's, time, love, money, all of it. But I feel like I've pulled this all back to where I'm in the present most of the day, most of the time, that I can feel the receiving now.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a weird shift, but I hope it stays.
I think it will.
I think it's another level of peace. Like I have said, I have found peace because I've made decisions in my life and I'm doing things more from purpose or myself than others. But this is a different level of peace of the relationship with myself, not the relationship with others, but within myself of, I don't know. I think peace feels kind of boring. That's why we try to fill space because it's almost like a nothingness.
Yeah.
But in a cool way.
Yeah. But you don't feel bad about it.
That's the key.
Right.
Right. So when you stop feeling bad about it, you know that you're receiving from yourself.
Right.
Yeah, I guess that's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
I never thought about it that way. I actually didn't know how quiet my body actually wanted to be.
You have been so busy since I've known you. Like you're finally, and I don't even think you're slowing down because you're still really busy, but you're finally taking some time for yourself.
Yeah. Some of that busy is
when I met you. I mean, the kids were all still young, but besides being a full-time parent, you had a full-time business. And I mean, I just see you have really started to like take some time for yourself.
And a lot of that time is just silence, hanging out at home.
Yeah.
I've seen
You come
myself
and hang
in the
out with
morning.
me now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Or I never could do that or didn't feel like I could. I don't know
Right.
that I couldn't, but I never made space for it, even though it's super nurturing for me. And now I try to make the choices more of what feels like it's nurturing. And friendship is always nurturing.
Yeah.
And having fun and feeling cute, that's always nurturing.
Yeah.
Because you're not doing it out of want someone to notice me. It's like that living from the inside out we talk about. And so I have not mastered it, but I'm certainly practicing it much more.
Yeah.
And
nobody's mastered it. That's why we're still here talking.
I think that's why we're still on Earth.
Yeah,
too.
we're still talking about it, trying to figure it all out.
And I always talk about how like I made my life really hard.
Yeah.
And I've realized lately that I don't think that I was tired because my life was hard. I was tired from staying internally braced all the time for the next thing. Like it takes up so much energy.
Yeah.
To just be like this all the time.
Yeah.
And so it's weird because like you said, my life hasn't gotten less busy, but how I live it has changed a lot.
Yes.
And I feel like I can slow roll and I can take my time and I don't overfill like, I can get that next thing done just because there's an hour. And that internally braced, that humming that I keep talking about, that's gone. I can't wait till you feel it, Marv, because it changes everything.
Oh gosh, I can't wait.
Like
till
nothing
I feel
can change. Nothing is different in my life than it was. I don't know. We'll just say like 6 months ago or a year ago.
Right. No,
I
get it.
It feels so different.
I get what you mean. I don't feel that yet. I have felt that way in other changes that have happened and all the work that we've been doing,
Yeah.
So I can't wait for that one to come because I'm sitting here feeling all stuffed up thinking I should have just laid in bed yesterday and done nothing, but I couldn't do it.
I know.
The humming wouldn't leave me alone.
It's the humming. I don't know. We're going to have to phrase that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not your friend.
It's not my friend. It's a mean girl.
It is. So what do you think that is? Is the mean girl, like, is that your mom's voice? Is that just this internal voice of you're never going to be enough, do enough?
I think both of those, for sure. My mom's voice, my own voice, from what I've heard all my life, just all the programming. You
Just-
know how I call menopause a mean girl?
Yeah.
Yeah, that I feel like this is also a mean girl.
Do you?
Right?
We're like Sybil. We got all the
Yeah.
girls in the head.
Yeah.
Can I ask you if you think that stemmed or comes from a place of worth? Like, where does that come from? What lacking is that inside of you?
I definitely don't feel that I feel like I'm questioning my worth anymore because of all the work I've done on myself. I think it's the programming that you should be doing something. And yeah, maybe I still hear her voice in my head, like, what are you doing laying around doing nothing? You should be doing something. Because I definitely feel like I'm worth taking a 3-week vacation.
Of course.
I'm worth going out and hanging out with you, or you come over and we have a bottle of champagne. But it's just the internal noise that still hasn't shut off, that I don't know how to shut off. Where, like you said, am I bored? Is that why I'm going to get up and now work out? When I could just sit here and just be still, I don't know how to do that yet.
Okay.
I can't turn that off yet. And that's the mean girl buzz that's making me feel that I need to do something, but it's not a place of worth. I definitely know that I'm worth, everything I have in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know how to shut off this last thing.
Yeah. You know where it shut off was I actually really looked at my patterning of all the healing snippets on social media. If you're not behaving like this, if you're not choosing people like this, it means you're not worthy or you're undeserving. Somehow that must be your belief system. And that has been the healing narrative for so many aspects of why people make poor choices.
I don't listen to any of that, if I'm being honest.
I don't know if I did, but I just assumed
Yeah.
well, yeah, that must be it. And so for a really long time, I thought something inside me must not feel worthy or deserving. That must be it.
Yeah.
Because that's what everyone says. And I really stopped to take a look at that because I'm like, wait a minute. I do feel worthy.
Yeah.
And if I look back at my life and certain aspects of my life, I totally felt worthy and deserving. I said, so if it's not that, what is it? And for me, it was, and we talked about this before we started filming, there was a time in childhood where I wasn't actually physically safe.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's like having this fire and then I'm here and you're talking about a pretty young kid.
Yeah.
And so I'd get away from that fire because it's unsafe.
Yeah.
Right. And I don't mean emotionally, I mean unsafe.
Right.
So I just did more, ran faster, ran harder, accomplished more, trying to get away from this fire.
Right.
Thinking if I'm over here, at some point I'll feel safe because I'll be far enough away from it.
Yeah.
And then I realized looking at it, and I was like, well, that fire has been under my feet everywhere I've gone for 54, almost 55 years. And in that moment, it clicked. It was never about being worthy or being deserving of wherever I was going. It was me trying to get away from the fire.
Right.
And in that moment, it went away.
Okay.
All the things like we talked about where I've been working on being seen, always staying under the radar, which is where that came from.
Right.
And I had associated that even with relationships that I've been in, where I'm like, looking back, and we all did this looking back, like, well, that wasn't a great choice. What were you thinking?
Right.
And so, are you not deserving of whatever, the king?
Right.
I was like, well, of course I am. And that's when the humming stopped. So there was some sort of fight or flight, my fear base of trying to figure out how to feel safe versus realizing they had nothing to do with each other, but I think would give off the same frequency out there to other people.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does to me. It does to me. I mean, for me, I did feel unworthy for most of my life. That has gone away. So that buzz has stopped for me. So I think we're kind of like in the same place, different areas, right? Yeah. I definitely feel worthy of my life, and I did not my entire life. And for the same reasons.
I know.
For the same exact reasons that you're describing,
yeah.
I feel very worthy of my life.
Do you feel safe?
Yes. Very safe. Yeah. See, and that's where the difference lies between you and I.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So this is I'm doing this to myself. This is
we
my
all
stuff.
are.
Yeah, this is my stuff. I feel very happy in my life and my marriage. I have a great relationship with my kids. So this is like the last little bit of maybe the programming, the conditioning that like you just realized this is coming all the way from childhood. For me, this is coming all the way from childhood. And I just realized that talking to you right before this, that my mom would, what are you doing? Why aren't you doing something? Get up and do something. Oh my God, you're useless. Or
useless.
Yes.
You got to look at that word. And that actually makes sense a lot for what I know of you. It's not proving to anybody.
Yeah.
You just don't want to be useless.
Right. Because I thought I was, right? Because somebody told me that.
So that might be your word. For me, it was like fear.
Okay, you know what? Yeah.
But I wonder if useless
Good for nothing.
is that the vibration
Probably.
that's humming back there? Because once you can figure out what that word really is,
I feel
or
like
if
it's
there's
good
a
for nothing.
mismatch,
Good for nothing. Same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sirve para algo. Like, sirve para algo means like, you're good for nothing, so be good for something.
Right.
So maybe that's what I'm hearing in the back of my head. The good for nothing. You're useless, you know.
I think we just hit a...
Yeah, you know what? I think I just kind of like...
and when Marv and I talk, so many things come up from our healing sphere or whatever. And it's not like we're therapizing. It's just because we talk so much and we're so similar in so many ways, it just happens.
Right.
That's the coolest part about it.
That was very cool. I did not realize that. I'm still hearing.
We just did a therapy session, you guys all got to witness.
Sorry.
I'm trying to therapizing, but it's true. I like that.
Me too. Now I know how to shut that mean girl down.
You just gotta have a talk with her, like, really? You think you're useless? All the things you do every day, all day, like we were talking about before. The house doesn't run itself.
Right.
The project you're building doesn't run itself.
Right.
Food doesn't magically appear in the fridge, and a little fairy doesn't come in to clean the house.
Or pay all the bills.
Or get everything done. Yes.
Right. Just everything that I know that I'm doing. Why do I have to? I'm not proving it to anybody. I just haven't.
No, but you are. You're proving it to yourself. Right. Because the little voice in the background is saying, why don't you be good for something?
It's me. I'm doing it to myself.
Yes.
Yeah, because I don't care what people think of me.
No, I know you don't.
I know my value.
Our biggest shifts are what we're doing to ourselves.
Right.
And they don't look any different to anyone else on the outside for a gazillion years.
Right.
It's these little shifts, and it just allows us to make our lives easier.
Wow.
And to live inside of our bodies and be present.
Yeah. That was a good one.
Just like this. You can tell the light bulb.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go into like who you are without the rush. I know you haven't experienced the lack of buzz, but the adrenaline.
Yeah.
Like the feeling of accomplishment. Like, oh, I'm worth something today. Or I wasn't useless today.
Right.
Or I made myself useful today.
Right.
What would that feel like?
Well, I mean, just realizing just right now that that's what my buzz is. I have to imagine that tomorrow, tomorrow I'm really super busy, but maybe the next time that I have a day off and I feel like I don't want to do anything today, I'm going to have a conversation with the buzz, with the mean girl.
With the mean girl.
Just be quiet.
Yeah. Shh.
You know you're not useless.
And see if that shifts.
Yeah. Like now I realize that I'm going to be able to kind of catch myself and say, come on, you're not useless, because that's where it's coming from. I didn't realize that before this moment. I feel like that's what it's going to look and feel like, that I'm going to like catch it and say, oh, no. I know where this is coming from, and I'm not doing that right now. We're not doing that to me. I'm not doing that to myself anymore.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's what it's going to feel like until it's just automatic. I don't have that buzz.
And isn't that how practiced healing or practiced awareness?
Yes.
When you have an aha, you still have to practice it, because it doesn't just go away. Now you say, oh, I see you.
Right. Yeah. It takes a long time. Like feeling worthy took a long time for me. But now that's automatic. Of course I'm worthy. I don't feel anything other than worthy of my life.
And you know what ends up happening is your boundaries become automatic. It's not something you have to like, oh, no. Okay, this is going to be so hard.
Yeah.
Because once your belief system truly changes about it,
mm-hmm.
It's not even a boundary. It's just like no, thank you.
Yeah.
Like we were talking about, as you get to certain peaceful points in your life and you manage to drive your own chaos out of your own life.
Yeah.
You have really much less tolerance for other people's chaos.
Oh, yeah.
Their own internal chaos as they're spinning. It's like, it's repelling.
Oh, man. I've been feeling a lot of that the past several months.
When your nervous system starts to change and your own chaos and humming decrease or are eliminated, that our tolerance for chaos in general, even from people who have been in our lives for a long time.
I have definitely felt that the last several months, that I'm having a lot less patience and tolerance for things that I can see clearly in other people. Not because I'm so enlightened, but just because my boundaries are just, I'm not doing that anymore. If you, whoever is triggering this in me, if you feel okay where you are, or you just don't want to go to that place of discomfort to kind of get to the place of your truth, you can do that. But I don't want to watch anymore. I can't.
Right.
I feel
Well, I
irritated.
don't even think it's that people don't want to heal. I don't know that they're aware that any shift healing needs to take place.
And I agree with that too. I definitely feel that there's definitely people in my life that feel that or don't even realize. And that's okay. If they're happy, that's great. But you can just hear the self-serving comments where you're just kind of like, you don't really believe that, do you?
But they might actually believe that.
Yeah, I know. But in my head, I think, man, I can't believe they believe that. And I have way less patience to keep hearing that stuff over and over.
Are you removing yourself more from spending as much time with people you might have spent a lot of time with in the past because you're changing? And that doesn't mean that everybody else will change around you. For me, it's that wanting for peace and calm and truth.
For me, it's truth.
I think that's also people who haven't gotten to a certain place is like, they're afraid they're being judged all the time. Where really it's just, no, you're still an enemy, man. Like, I'm not judging you. We all have our stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I guess you could say the tolerance for incongruence, like someone not being able to meet you where you're at, drastically drops.
Yes. I hate to say that and sound, I don't know, intolerant or...
But we do. We become intolerant.
I'll be honest, it's not a good feeling to feel this way about people that I really care about. But man, I'm struggling.
I think you just have to figure out how far away you need to be from me where I can love you unconditionally.
Okay.
Right? Like, might have been here, but it might end up be here, or it may end up being way out here. I have a younger sister that I haven't spoken to in like 30 years.
Wow.
But I know that's because I cannot wish her unconditional love unless I don't speak to her. Like, I can wish her well.
Right.
But the moment she sort of enters my field, there's such a victim and a entitled and an owing that I can't do it.
Right.
And so I know that people think that that's really cold or whatnot, but it's not just protecting my peace. Part of it is I can't wish you well.
Right.
And so I have to figure out with each person in my life, and it might change over the years to the point that they're actually not in my life anymore, or they become more distant. And then some people actually get closer. But I have to be able to measure not just protecting my peace, but I have to measure, where can I love you without judging you?
Right.
Where can I love you without having a negative emotion attached to that? Because that's not pure love.
No, it's not. And it doesn't feel good to feel that way about people that you care about.
Right. So I just have to figure out where they are.
Okay.
And I actually don't feel bad about that because I don't think other people would want me to falsely bring them closer when I can't wish them pure love.
Okay.
Like, I wouldn't want to hang out with someone that's like secretly.
Yeah. Like,
and it doesn't, And I'm not saying that I don't love you or that I'm judging you, but I don't want the
Yeah. That's not a good feeling.
No. And I don't want people to feel that towards me.
And I feel bad about feeling that. So I think I have to practice what you're
just
saying.
And know that that's not coming from a place of selfishness.
And no, it's not. It's just, talking about it right now, I understand why I'm feeling these things. And I have been feeling bad about feeling that. But I'm going to practice. We'll talk about it off camera.
Yeah. But I don't know. That's just what works for me.
Yeah.
And yes, when people say, you got to protect your peace, it goes both ways. It's not just about what I can tolerate. It's also what I'm putting out towards the other person.
Okay.
And if I were in that person's shoes, I wouldn't want people to be with me in any kind of false way or have a relationship with me, but not be in a place where they can't wish me pure love.
Right. Okay. I like that. And I understand that.
You get that?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh, all these therapy things. So what we've been describing with the hum, what we're feeling is the difference between real stillness and freeze. Yes. So freeze is a nervous system response, and that's where that humming comes from. It's a bit of fight or flight.
Okay.
You might not be doing anything or saying anything, but it's always on in the background.
It's that discomfort.
It is. It's a form of freeze.
Yeah.
Where stillness, which I had no idea, I just crossed over to real pure stillness. It's a bit of nothingness.
Yeah. Still working on it.
Right? We talked about everything else, like the pressure versus a purpose, right? Like, don't do things from pressure. The pressure is, I should.
What are people going to say? Yeah.
The purpose of it, if it's internal, you're good. And so I stopped having to analyze things so much, other than, why am I doing this?
Yeah.
But I don't go on to the whole 3-hour show of looking at all the angles or wondering what people will think.
Yeah.
It just stops on why am I? And then everything else goes away.
As it should.
As it should.
Yeah. The why am I? Because we can't control anybody else.
No.
Anybody else's why, or how they think, or how they feel about us, or anything else.
I know. So why waste the energy on it? And that's where it is. It's really about, I'm finally getting some energy back where I feel like my nervous system isn't blown out. And I'm just surprised how long it's taken. It's been almost 5 years where all of a sudden, not all of a sudden, now I'm like, I think I want to lift weights. Where before is, I really should be working out. And, me with the walking. And it's just like, I'm actually at that point where my nervous system, I feel like has healed enough that I feel this opening again. And that's the being able to go hang out and being able to do something that might be a little bit more physically challenging, but is not going to exhaust my nervous system to where I'm going to go down.
Right.
Been a long time.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
I'm excited.
I hope I don't overdo it.
I wish you were closer.
But I'm very excited.
So we could work out together.
If you only lived closer. Oh, here's a good one. So what we were talking about with the boundaries and how far away, I feel like that's more getting into a softness about people and boundaries versus it just feeling so unfamiliar that you're like, I just don't want to look at it.
Okay.
So at first we sit in the unfamiliar. You have to sit there for a while because I think most things that need to be addressed are fairly uncomfortable.
I was about to say, is unfamiliar the same thing as uncomfortable?
Yes, it can be. Okay. Unfamiliar is just like, I don't know what that is. Like a lot of stuff we talked about today. Okay. And uncomfortable is when I think about it.
And I feel icky?
Yeah.
Okay. For me, it's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
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 And I feel icky. Yeah.
Some of it is unfamiliar at the same time. Like I didn't know that's what it was. But as I start to realize what it is, I can sit in that uncomfortable until I decide what to do with it.
Okay.
Or if there needs to be anything done with it at all.
Okay.
My biggest thing in who I am now without the hum, the rush, is that I am learning to trust myself without fear being the driving force to get something done or to do something. It's not because you'll feel safe or it's safer over there or you'll finally fill in the blank. That's actually huge for me. And this is the first time in life that I've felt that way about anything that I decide to do.
Good, you deserve that. I can't wait to be there with you. I can't wait for that mean girl to shut up.
And then the girls shut up. And then they're replaced by the sisterhood.
Yeah.
The one that you're telling, hey, we're good. She's the one that replaces that voice.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Can't wait to talk to her.
I think that she's been like knocking on your door, being like, hey, are we having lunch? Come on. I feel like for so long, I thought survival was who I was. And there's no way I could have known any different.
Right, me too.
But when you start looking at it a little differently, when there's a little bit more space and there's a little bit more quiet, and sometimes you have to create that. It doesn't just happen. You too might realize, man, I've actually been in survival mode for a long time.
Forever.
And we can decide not to be that anymore.
Yeah.
And we can surround ourselves with people who don't expect us to be like that anymore. And relationships that are current can start to shift because we don't expect that from ourselves anymore.
Yeah.
People around you will shift when you shift. And if you wait until things start shifting before it's safe to shift, you probably never will. Yeah. You just can't wait for it. Maybe that's the real shift no one talks about in midlife. Not becoming someone different, but finally noticing who you are underneath the pressure.
Yeah.
The performance.
Yeah.
The urgency and the constant need to hold everything together.
Yeah.
Because eventually the body stops wanting to survive through tension. And when that happens, calm can feel unfamiliar before it feels safe. Slowing down can feel uncomfortable before it feels grounding. And peace can feel strangely quiet when your nervous system has been conditioned to live in constant anticipation. Maybe it's the beginning of living from yourself instead of your survival patterns.
Thanks for joining us for another episode of What the F Midlife. And if this conversation resonated with you, share it with someone who might be realizing they're exhausted from being internally braced all the time too. Until next time, keep noticing what your body has been trying to tell you. Our shift has ended for today.